Hey folks. Okay, this is my Nick the Booksmith Deserted Island Challenge. Okay, so these are my things that I was given. You get 4 givens: a pair of scissors, paper, and I chose some coffee stain paper that I had made this summer. It's a thick quality paper, I guess cardstock. That's the paper I chose. Glue, I just used regular Elmer's glue, and a needle and thread. And I use a large, I guess that's a blanket needle, I'm not really sure. I chose a pencil and ink and I guess that's a quill. I'm not sure what you call it. It's not really a quill or a writing tool. So I don't know if that's considered 1 or 2, but that's all I used. So it didn't really matter. I still have 1 thing left. I thought about putting, I might have to scoot way back. I thought about putting a leather cover on here because I had a scrap of leather, but then I changed my mind because I kind of liked it the way it was. It's very messy looking, but I had in mind the Swiss Family Robinson and Robinson Crusoe, my 2 favorite, I'm sorry, I'm fixing to have a cat attack. My 2 favorite, Bella, come get Tasmanian Devil. My 2 favorite books. When I lived in Honduras, I had bought a copy of, it was 1 book, but it flipped. On one side was Robinson Crusoe, on the other was Swiss Family Robinson, and that was a great treasure to me because they made something out of nothing, and that's kind of how my life was in Honduras. But anyway, I took my paper and glued it together. As you can see, I cut it in half. I'm sorry this is so close. I cut it in half, folded it to make my cover because like I said, my intentions was to cover this, but I liked it. I coated this with the glue to kind of give it a hard texture and to protect it. I really bored down with my pen, and when you do that, it actually tears the fibers, and so the ink will soak down in there, and I felt like it kind of looked like it was a shipwreck, from a shipwreck. Of course, I didn't have any buttons, so I made my own. I just took layers and layers of paper and glued it together, and I put 1 on the front and 1 on the back. And if I had it to do over again, I would space my holes out a little bit farther because I got them too close. But then I have 2 strings, and my thread is an upholster, extra strong upholstery thread, so it's kind of like a cord, and man, that stuff is not going anywhere. I'm gonna try staying frame. I made my tabs from gluing some leftover scraps because I had to cut my paper down a little bit, and here we go. So I took and folded the paper a lot to make my own little tip ends. These hash marks are the time that they have been there on the island. I made my own tags from the same cardstock. This pink that's on here, when I make my coffee paper, I don't lay it out individually. I'm lazy. I take a whole bunch of different types of papers and I put it in a pot, in a sheet pan, and pour coffee on it and bake it. And I think that was a bleed through from notebook paper, but that is not notebook paper. This is my original paper. And as you can see, this is 1 piece, and this is another piece that I folded to make these inserts. Here's a little notebook, kind of like a calendar that they can journal a whole year. This part I'm really proud of. This is a piece of paper that I turned into a map. I wanted a map, but you know, you can't use any other thing. So I took the grungiest piece of coffee stain paper that I had, and everywhere there was like a stain, I just drew around it. And unfortunately, I'm in algebra class in college, and we're learning how to graph, and I hate it, but I decided I want to put it on there because it makes it look technical. So this is my map for the island. I'm going to hold it down a little bit. And this paper I kept whole, and so it can fold out. And as you can tell, I just drew around all the little coffee stains. I put my north and south. I marked places where you could, go fishing, or where the animals are, because this is an island, so, you have to have a map to figure out where everything is. So, that's my map. And this little, I put two signatures, like it's two signatures I sewed in, but this I made like a little pocket, so that if you collected seeds or something, and I don't have any of those because I couldn't figure out how to make seeds from paper. I guess I could have made little black balls, but I just didn't do that. I just have to leave that to your imagination. And then because it is an island and they're discovering things, they are coming across lots of different animals and plants, and because we couldn't use anything, I just drew these, and I'm not great at drawing, so you just have to forgive me. This is some journaling. It's a list of animals that they have come across so far. Some of them have pictures of them. This is like just a little tuck spot. I was going to glue that, and I forgot to do that. Here is some of the fauna. Of course, it's an island, so there's palm trees and other types of trees. Maybe they built a shelter in that, like Swiss Army Robinson. Here's some. I was going to make a tab with fauna and flora, but I was running out of room, so I just had to include that on there. And, if I had colored pencils, I would color this in and make it look better. This texture back here is, I think I had laid gauze in there. I was dyeing some fabric too, so that's where that come from, if you're wondering. And then just more journaling spots. That's some more of the gauze texture. More drawn pictures and ferns. And then here's some fowl that they see on the beach. Some of the tropical birds, some of their feathers, another tropical bird, another, well, I did glue that one, so it's a little tuck spot. And then here are some edible mushrooms and some poisonous mushrooms. You have to be careful about those. And here's a way to tell the mushrooms. And some more journaling, talking about the mushrooms, and more spaces to do more journaling. Here's some insects, some that are friendly and some that are not. Some to be careful of. And like I said, I can't draw, but that's it. And then here's like another little tuck spot, and then here in the back is some more tags that I made. And unfortunately, when I was, I'll get that up a little bit. Fortunately, when I was putting my back button on, I forgot I had that in there, so that one's permanent. This one will come out, but that one is going to be in there forever now because I sewed it in there. So, and then I have another little back button there. You just pull the string out and wrap it around. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was very challenging, limiting myself, but then I realized, you know what, they wouldn't have all those extra things, and it's not very pretty. It's very primitive looking, but I imagine if you're on a deserted island, you would use, kind of like Tom Hanks did in Castaway. You'd use whatever you could come up with. So that is my response. Thanks, Nick, for the challenge. I enjoyed watching your tutorials, and I've learned a lot from you, and I hope that I met your challenge. Thanks. Bye.